Welcome to Haunt Weekly.
Hello, everyone. I'm Jonathan.
I'm Crystal.
And this is Haunt Weekly, a weekly podcast for the haunted attraction entertainment community. Took the breath at the wrong moment there. Whether you're an actor, owner, or just plain aficionado, we aim to be a podcast for you. And I forgot how to breathe. But yes, indeed, we return to you this week with something we're actually very excited about. We've had a lot of fun cobbling these show notes together.
Yeah.
We really have. I mean... Isn't it, okay, we always have fun doing the show notes and presenting them to you, but this time around, it's been exceptionally cool.
Yeah.
So I'm very excited. We're going to give you 13 more online services haunters should know. More about that in just a minute. In the meantime, if you want to find out the previous time we did this, as well as other episodes of Haunt Weekly, you can find us at hauntweekly.com. We're on Haunt Weekly at Twitter, Haunt Weekly on Facebook. YouTube.com/Haunt Weekly is the YouTube channel. And you can find us on Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Stitcher, wherever you get podcasts from. We're there. I just pay somebody else to distribute it, and they take care of it.
Yeah.
It's basically my life right now. I'm paying people to solve my problems.
Exactly.
That's kind of the way to do it, right? $19 a month, I don't have to think about it. It's great. But anyways, thank you very much for joining us this week. I'm very excited about this because, honestly, when Crystal proposed this idea, I wasn't sure we would come up with 13 ideas.
And it did take a little time.
It took some time. You're right. But you know what? I'm excited about the 13 we have.
Yeah, I think it's a good list.
It's a very, very good list, and I'm stupid excited to present it to you. But first thing is first, the question of the week.
Yes, last week's question
was very important. Very important. Very evil. And it was, what is your average actor/seasonal employee paid? And we were talking about the labor shortage last week, so we were trying to get a handle on what the going pay rate is for actors during haunt season.
Right.
And we were a little surprised at the answers. Okay, a lot surprised, honestly. First things first, we had a lot of home and charity haunters jumping in and saying their actors were volunteers. Fine. It's not a business. Cool. You do you. Get the volunteers in. I agree with that.
Exactly.
But then we got some legit answers, some actual answers too, and these were interesting.
They were.
Sam Farrell chimed in saying that he's with a charity haunt, but if they did pay, according to his math, based upon the revenue, and profit, and profits and whatever they needed,
and their laws on
and their laws
minimum pay,
they would be paid $16 an hour.
Yeah.
Which he noted is more than double the minimum wage for North Carolina. So that is actually more than we ever figured a haunt would pay.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie to you.
James Munsell, one haunt was $35 per night for a 4 to 6 hour shift. He's obviously working there. The current place that he's at is $15 per night with a 3 to 4 hour shift. The owner's wife is a chef and prepares a buffet.
Well, I do appreciate a good buffet from time to time.
Yes, feeding your actors does contribute to the price you pay them.
But so does paying them. I mean...
Yes.
And Cornstalkers has said that they pay $50 a night for those that have worked less than 5 years running. And $75 per night for those that have worked more than 5 years. No indication on the number of hours that indicates, though.
Yeah.
So...
But, I mean... If you compare night to night, it seems like it would at least be worth exploring.
Yeah. And as long as that is not more than like 6 hours per night, it still winds up being above minimum wage, most likely.
Yeah.
So very interesting answers. But this week's question of the week is important and very relevant to what we're doing this week. What is an online service that you use that everyone should know about?
Yeah.
And even though it's not on this list, I'm going to throw one out.
Okay.
I'll throw a bonus out. 14. Okay, not. But the service is called Brain.fm.
Yeah.
This isn't a service particular to haunters, but I do think people should know about it because it is really, really cool. What they do at Brain.fm is they produce music which is designed to help you do certain functions. And they have 3 modes: work, relax, sleep. And so if you want music or background noise to help you focus, they have music that is set to the brain waves that you need to focus. And it really does work. At least for me personally, the work one has worked incredibly well. I do note that I can't listen to it or be under its spell more than like an hour at a time. Because it is pretty intense. But it does work. It helps you focus. It gets you in the zone. And if you ride it, it's really great. I have had less success with the sleep. I've tried it a few times. It has never actually helped me sleep. I find podcasts and comedy shit is better for me sleeping. But the work one has been amazing. And it's been amazing enough that I pay for a year subscription to it and use it and really do love it. And whenever I need to really focus with my day job and do some writing or do some work, I put it on. And like I said, it's intense. You kind of have to watch. I have to watch out at least because it's intense for me. But your mileage may vary. Everyone's brain's different. But it's actually done by brain scientists, which makes it brain scientists. Oh, Jesus Christ. But it's done by actual experts in the field, so they know roughly what they're doing. I hope, and it does seem to work for me. But yeah, I'm gonna throw that one in. It's not one of the 13 we're doing this time around. But hey, if you need some background music to help you focus, Brain.fm would be my recommendation. All right. It's a service I pay for and am happy to pay for, which is very rare for me because I am a cheap bastard. Yeah. Anyways, so way the hell back in episode 86, we listed some 13 services that every haunter should know. And for the record, that was July 2017, Jesus Christ. It's been a little while. It's been a minute. It's been goddamn near 5 years, Crystal. Yeah, that's a minute. Oh, Jesus Christ. And what we learned by looking at our previous lists is that some of those apps that we recommended we still use, such as Canva and Shopify. Yeah, Canva is particularly amazing because not only have we continued to use it, I think it's become more essential. Like literally, it's every year it's getting more essential to our lives. Basically, Canva has made some huge improvements to its product. Basically, Canva, for those that do not know, is a graphic design service that lets you quickly and easily make images for whatever. If you need YouTube thumbnails, Facebook posts, Twitter posts, Instagram posts, covers all your social media. It covers pretty much everything you could be doing as a promoter online. Yeah. And it also is where I do a lot of the different type of logos and things that we put on the stuff for the store. Yeah. Yeah, it literally is. In fact, all of the t-shirts we put on HauntMeeklyStore.com, which is still a thing. We're getting back to this. Yeah. We haven't been pushing it lately. We'll get into this. But yeah, it's still a thing. And yeah, all of those shirts, all of those magnets, all of those baby onesies. I think we have baby onesies. We do. Because someone asked for them specifically. It was kind of weird, but we did it. Yeah, they were all designed in Canva. Yeah. So, something to think about. And recently, in the last few years, since I don't know when, but since we did that, right, they introduced animated images and videos. Yeah. Which is really, really cool. Because if you want to do some GIF or GIF, I'm not getting involved in that fight. No. I don't want to die on that hill either way. Don't really care enough to be bothered. But regardless, they have a lot of great tools for animated stuff. So, yeah, and their photo library has expanded too. And even though we're going to mention another stock photo library, which you definitely should check out, I will say Canva's been my default stock photo library too. Yeah, and if I can't find something, because I have this weird thing where at home I have a pro account, so I have access to everything. And I can use it for whatever I want to use, whether it's commercial or not. But at work, I only have access to the free account. So then I have to hunt. And if I don't find what I'm looking for, then I'll go to a site like we're going to mention later. Exactly. Now, and honestly, though, the entire list from episode 86 held up really fucking well. I know. I'm kind of surprised. Me too. Like when you proposed this, the first thing I did is I went through and checked all 13 things. And Only one of them doesn't work anymore.
No.
ESEN.io, which we mentioned for ticket sales, has shuttered.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I can't say that's a huge shock that 1 out of 13 is dead.
Right.
In 5 fucking years. But all the others are still around and seem to be decent choices.
Yeah.
I mean, I have no objections to that list whatsoever, other than obviously the closed one.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Check out episode 86 on HauntWeekly.com, HauntWeekly on Twitter, HauntWeekly on Facebook, and YouTube.com/HauntWeekly. It's available at all those places, and super convenient on the YouTube channel, I might add, because I know that sometimes your podcast player only saves the past 5 to 10 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, YouTube's got them all.
Yeah.
All right. But anyways, this was Crystal's idea, and I thought it was a really good one, to kind of reflect on this and come back and say, well, what 13 services would we talk about today? And yeah, honestly, we had to kind of cheat, because a lot of the 13 we talk about today were those 13. Like, I'll hype Canva until I'm blue in the face.
Yeah.
You won't get me to stop hyping Canva, because it's great. So yeah, this is going to be a wide variety of services we're talking about. And truth be told, we're not a direct user of all of them. All come highly recommended from sources we trust.
Right.
Including maybe the 13th.
Yeah.
But yeah. So yeah, basically understand, we'll be honest with you as we go through them. But yeah, just understand we're going to be talking about a wide variety of services that cover every element of haunting, from marketing to building to acting
to supplies.
Oh god, yes, that's going to be a way
That's
fun.
the fun one.
That's a fun one. So yeah, we got a lot of varied stuff to go through here. So Crystal, you want to kick us off?
Sure. Starting us off with Pexels.com.
P-E-X-E-L-S. Yeah.
Last time we recommended Pixabay, which is still a good suggestion. Still go there for free use photos. But Pexels, in addition to photos, has a video library.
Yeah. Pixabay has videos too, but the main focus of Pexels is quality over quantity. Which is what I love about them. If you surf around Pexels just a little bit, like I said, PEXELS.com, they really focus on a style.
Yeah. And I was able to find some that were for haunted houses, for Halloween events, and for spooky things very quickly. Yeah.
It's all about finding a library that's well targeted. And Pexels has that. They have a library of very, very high quality images that are free to use. And basically, yeah, they got a decent sized video gallery. It's all available for free. I will say that if your appetite for video is larger, if you need like stock video for advertisements or social media or whatever, I would highly recommend the service Storyblocks. It's $30 per month, and it is regularly used by YouTubers, because basically $30 per month gives you unlimited access to their stock video library, which has millions of clips. And these clips range from several minutes to a couple of seconds. And if you've ever seen a YouTube video like Half as Interesting or something, which does a lot of B-roll and obviously not video they shot themselves, they're likely using Storyblocks. This is such a ubiquitous channel. But yeah, Pexels, if you're looking for free images, for free videos, just for anything that is convenient and of good quality, Pexels is hard to beat. And of all of the stock photo / stock video libraries I've had access to over the years, Pexel has the most consistent quality for free. So absolutely do love Pexels. Recommend them. And Storyblocks is the bonus add-on if you're willing to pay a little bit of money for it.
Yes.
All right. Up next is a service we have used and abused to the T. Is Litestream at golitestream.com. Look, if you're getting into live streaming like we did previously and we'll be doing again, hopefully, it's a mess. I'm not going to lie. It is difficult. We learned a lot of very, very difficult lessons in the first few times. If you go back to the first few live streams we did, they were fugly.
Yeah. Well, and bringing in guests was a nightmare. Those first ones with guests while trying to be live.
Oh,
But
God.
the quality was not what we had hoped for.
The technical challenges
Mm-hmm.
in doing live streaming. I had a reasonably powerful laptop
Mm-hmm.
at that time. And even with that, the laptop was choking. Like it was its kink. It was choking on trying to do live video like that. It was a mess.
Mm-hmm.
And we were completely unable to get a consistent signal out. We were stuttering. We were buffering. It was a mess.
Yeah, but whenever we got all of it fixed, it was because of this service.
Yeah. You notice like things got better very abruptly. That was Lightstream's fault.
Yeah.
Basically, what Lightstream does is they take the whole process of doing live streaming and they put it in the cloud. You access it through a web browser,
Mm-hmm.
and you can set up your images, your graphics. You can set up various elements, but they process all the video. They worry about streaming it out. They're the ones that handle all the tech stuff.
Yeah.
And if your computer can visit web pages and stream YouTube, it can handle Lightstream.
Yes, and that's GOLIGHTSTREAM.com.
Yes, thank you. There'll be links to all this in the show notes when the time comes. But yeah.
But I can understand somebody hearing us talk and say,
yeah.
think it was live instead of light.
Yeah, I get
But
it.
it's light.
Or LITE stream.
Yes.
So yeah, either or. But it's LIGHT stream. So yes, indeed. And here's the thing. An account can be as cheap as $7 per month.
Mm-hmm.
But I personally recommend the $20 per month plan. It gives you access to basically all the graphics and all the information you need,
Mm-hmm.
and all the tools you need. It's really, really great. We literally went from struggling to crack the tech issues of live streaming to not worrying about it.
Yeah.
We would literally, by the end of when we were live streaming, we would rock out there with like 5 minutes to go.
Yeah.
Plug in the laptop, load up the site, done.
Yeah.
It was that easy.
It took longer to set up the microphones.
Yeah,
than
it took
did
longer to get the microphones in front of our face than it
Yeah.
did to set up the live stream. That's how great GoLightstream.com is. We love this site. We love this service. We still pay the membership. We're hoping to go back to it too. And when we do, that's what we'll be using.
Yep. Okay, next up, Clipchamp.
Oh, yes.
CLIPCHAMP. This is for simple, free online video editing. So if you don't need, live streaming, but you want to put some clips that you've taken together, this is the place to do that.
Yeah.
Now, it's not going to beat, the paid for
It's not going to beat your Adobe Premieres or your, DaVinci Resolves or anything like that.
No.
No, don't expect it to be. DaVinci Resolve is actually free, but still, it's not going to beat your big standalone stuff.
Right. But it's great for quick videos that don't need a lot of editing. Just cut it, color correction.
Get some transitions, maybe a title sequence or something. Yeah, you're good. Now, I personally use the $19 per month plan because I don't use their library. That just allows you to export it into high res, and it gives you their audio stock library, which I don't use, admittedly. But if you need video and photo stock libraries, they have that as well for $39 per month. That's a pretty good fucking deal. Especially if you're already using the video/stock library of Canva.
Yeah.
This gives you a similar service for YouTube and other things like that.
Yeah. And we forgot our disclaimer at the beginning that we're not being paid by any of these people to promote them.
None of them are even fucking aware we're doing it.
No, just in case you're wondering if we're doing this because we're getting money somewhere. No.
None of these assholes know we're even doing it. I'm pretty sure somewhere a guy from fucking Clipchamp just woke up and went, what?
Hey, we got mentioned.
Who are these Home Weekly fuckers and why are they mentioning us? Yeah. Hi, Clipchamp guy. We're mentioning you. Your service is at least adequate and usable. And I know, seriously though, Clipchamp has been great. I've edited multiple videos on it for my personal YouTube channel. The great thing about it is that if you have a computer that's not super good at processing video, like maybe you have like a laptop like we do or something without a significant graphics card, and processing video can be a long, arduous process. Clipchamp takes all that processing and moves it to the cloud. All you got to do is download your finished product.
Yeah.
That is so sweet. I don't even. It's amazing how convenient that is. Yeah, Clipchamp is just a great service.
It's a champ.
It's a champ, yeah. And like I said, if you want basic video editing and you don't want the overhead of doing it on your computer, especially if you want or need that video or stock photo library, Clipchamp is great, and I do recommend it very much highly. Okay, next up is a service that we only recently discovered.
Right. So we have not used this one.
No.
But it's one of the ones that was highly recommended.
And that is Monday.com, which is kind of a weird name if you think about it. Doesn't everyone hate Mondays?
Yeah. Well, I think that their idea is that they make Mondays easier because they look at themselves as a work OS.
Yeah. Their identification and self-identification is a work OS, but the reality is they are project management and project organization.
Mm-hmm.
You can create Gantt charts, assign tasks, plan projects, both large and small, and the way it does it is the way Gantt chart should do it, breaking it into smaller pieces.
Yeah.
Now, this may be overkill for smaller haunts, and I agree with that. But if you're a large haunt and you've got big projects, this could be very useful. And here's the killer feature. It's free forever for 2 seats.
Mm-hmm.
So if you only have a couple of people that really need this tool,
right,
this could be super useful and free.
Yeah, if you've only got a couple of people who do all of your organization stuff,
yeah,
then yeah, this is great, and then they could just send it out to everybody
and
else.
that free forever is not feature limited. The only limit is the number of seats.
Yeah,
which I find amazing and kind of confusing because it's like, wow, you're just giving away everything, huh?
Yeah, apparently.
Just giving it all up. All right, no, that's your choice. That's because one of the things it does is it connects with a variety of outside services, including Gmail, Google Docs, Microsoft Office, Slack. Basically, it has a list of like 30 or so integrations.
Mm-hmm.
And believe me, getting this information out of there and into those services is incredibly useful when you're trying to coordinate with others.
Yeah. And this also, Monday also showed up on some CRM searches.
Mm-hmm.
So it has the ability to help you stay in contact with your customers as well.
Or
staff.
Or you could use CRM to maintain contact with your staff.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this is potentially a really great thing for planning your haunt build, your marketing, because they actually have a template specifically for marketing and timelines for marketing things. And they also have, and also for haunt actor / recruitment / training.
Yeah, and I like the fact that they have templates that you can use.
Yeah, that's like 400 of them, right?
Yeah, because, if you're not familiar with using Gantt charts and things like that, having something already built that you can manipulate makes it much easier.
Yeah. It's a bit like trying to program something.
Mm-hmm.
And that, yeah, okay, you could learn to program from a blank screen, but why? Learn how to manipulate what other people wrote and make that your gig, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's Monday.com. If you're interested in project planning and if you need a new tool for, now's a great time to be looking into this. Mm-hmm. Especially if you're looking for your haunt marketing, and maybe you might be a little late for your haunt build, but haunt marketing and also actor recruitment, this could be very, very useful for setting up timelines and assigning tasks and making sure everyone knows what their job is and what their deadlines are.
And staying on track.
Staying on track. It's a very, very neat service. Super powerful. And like I said, free for 2 seats. That is...
Yeah, especially if you've been closed for the past 2 years, I could see that this would be very useful.
Yeah, and like I said, free and not feature limited for 2 seats is wild.
Mm-hmm. Because
usually the free accounts are super limited in what they can do.
Yeah.
Not on Monday.com. They don't believe in that stuff. Apparently.
Yeah. All right. So next. So it's after season, and you want to find out what your customers thought of you, you can use Surveylegend.com.
Now, yeah, previously we mentioned SurveyMonkey, was it we mentioned? Last time around?
I don't think so. It was something else.
Yeah, we mentioned someone. I'm pulling it up because we did mention someone.
We did.
No, we mentioned Responster.
Yeah.
Which is still around and still cool. No objections to them.
Right. This is another one we haven't used directly, but it is balanced for the price and the features of the space.
Yeah, I mean, the reality of it is this. There's a ton, and I mean, literally a
Oh,
ton
yeah.
of companies here in this space where they will post surveys and collaborate and get the answers and tabulate them and give you pre-charts. That is super common. What I encourage people to do is don't get brand picky. Find someone that balances the features you need and the price.
Yeah.
And I like Surveylegend because at $19 per month, and that is the monthly rate, you can collect unlimited responses and export up to 1,000. And for the size of surveys most haunted attractions will be doing, that should be plenty.
Yeah, and this is something that, since it's per month, you can do it for the months that you're open and the month right
Yeah,
after.
you get like 3 months. You get September through November and be done.
You don't have to pay a yearly service. And we compared a lot of these services.
Way too many.
Yeah, and this was one of the few that did unlimited responses for that low of a price. So that's why we picked it.
But yeah, it's really, really cool. And they do things like, once again, they'll have unlimited response types. You can get custom responses where users can give you text responses that you tabulate, give you graphs, give you ideas where you sit. Great data analysis tools.
Yeah. Now, one thing that we do have to mention here is maybe you're asking, why aren't we talking about Google Forms? I use them at work all the time.
I love Google Forms. Google Forms is great, but
there have been people are starting to block them because of spam, and phishing sites also love Google Forms.
Yeah.
So they've ruined it for everybody, basically.
Yeah, basically, if you do an email with a Google form or drop a link to a Google form, there's a better than even chance that some are going to block it. And like you said, basically the problem is spammers and phishers have been in love with Google Forms because it lets them pseudo-anonymously create these forms where they can ask for your credit card information or ask for your passwords to your Instagram account or whatever the hell they're asking for. And so the solution a lot of companies and email providers have come up with is just to block them.
Yeah. And we actually had this problem at work because we sent this out to a select group of people, and some of them didn't get it, and they wound up having to contact their IT department to see if it was getting caught in their filters, their firewall filters.
Yeah, and it does because apparently, like I say, Google Forms becomes so ubiquitous with spam and phishing that this is just what happens. And that's uncool. I mean, fuck all y'all for ruining Google Forms. I love Google Forms.
Yeah.
Because Google Forms is great. It's easy. It's free. And I've used it multiple times on my day job, and I really do love it. But yeah, I mean, it's because it's free and it's accessible to anyone with a Google account. It's just become a target for the ne'er-do-wells of our lives, and
yeah.
What are you gonna do, man? What are you gonna do? All right. Well, next up is one of our greatest finds. This is a highlight of this episode.
Yeah.
It's Con Calculator. ConCalculator. Sorry, ConCalculator.com. I really have wished I'd learned about this website sooner.
Yeah.
This is just...
We played around so much with this.
We have been really enjoying this site today. And honestly, I don't know how I got by without it already.
Yeah.
Because basically what it is, it's easy, fast, free calculators for construction projects. And I'm a particularly huge fan of their plywood calculator. Basically, what you do with this is you input the wall height and width and what you need to cover, and it will tell you how many sheets of plywood you need, and it will show you what the layout of the plywood should be to maximize coverage.
Yeah, so that you don't have a lot of extra plywood that you can't do anything with.
And as we all know, even though lumber prices are dropping, that shit's expensive still.
Yeah.
So, you can't afford to be wasting no plywood right now.
Yeah, it shows you how to measure it out and cut it so that it'll build the thing you want to build. But plywood's not all.
No, they have literally I don't want to say hundreds because I don't think that's quite true, but they have dozens, many dozens of various calculators here. One of my other favorites is the ADA ramp calculator.
Yeah.
Now, we all know 1 foot run over 1 inch rise, but yeah, this spells it out specifically what you need and how far it will actually go horizontally, and lets you plan for it down to the millimeter, pretty much, what you need for an ADA qualifying ramp. It also lets you do other types of residential ramps, but this is a commercial. We're going to be doing ADA, so yeah. And basically what I learned from that is fuck needing ramps.
Yes, we will not do ramps.
Never, 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 because that is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah. But it also, can calculate cinder blocks, flooring. And we played around with the cinder block wall that was like 3 feet tall.
Yeah.
And
8 feet
several
wide.
feet long.
Yeah, and basically anything you might need for a construction job, not just a haunted attraction job, but any construction job, you can calculate the materials that you would need here. And it is amazing for this. We were really blown away by it and how simple it was to use. This isn't going to be super helpful for haunts that build on a panel-based layout, because you know that a panel is 8 foot high, 4 foot wide, and you put the panels together, we get that. But more and more haunts are actually going to traditional construction techniques. And as a result of that, especially for their facades. So if that describes you or describes any project you have upcoming, yeah, you need the site so you don't buy either too much or too little plywood or timber or whatever. It's a really, really neat site. It's completely free, completely easy to use. Like, even, dense ass me was able to figure it out pretty quickly.
Yeah.
It's really, really great stuff. And I especially, like I said, I love the plywood calculator. And the ADA ramp calculator was super convenient too, because you get to see how much actual horizontal travel you need for these ramps. And, you might know that it's 1 inch 1 inch rise versus a foot run, but until you actually see those numbers spelled out in front of you,
yeah,
you might not realize how bad of an idea ramps are.
Yeah.
So if you need ramps, it's going to be helpful. If it's not something you need, please avoid doing it. Please don't make it something you need. How's that?
Yeah, don't make a ramp a necessary thing for your haunt.
Yeah, it's ridiculous because of the amount of clearance you need. It's like even like a 4 inch, and think about it this way, a 4 inch rise needs a 4 foot space in front of it. That is crazy, because that is already more than the width of the average hallway in a haunted attraction.
Yeah.
So just think about it that way. It's absolutely bananas. All right, next up is one that we've used a lot.
Yes, Teespring.com. This is where the Haunt Weekly store is housed, and it's easy to get set up. They handle everything, so it's an off-site.
Yeah.
We don't have any merchandise here at our house.
No,
we
other than the samples we bought.
Yeah, we bought stuff for ourselves, but other than that, they handle it. They print on demand. It integrates with WordPress and WooCommerce.
Yeah. And the really cool thing about it is you get to pick your suppliers.
Yeah.
Now, pro tip, this is something we learned the hard way. So you're getting some inside info here. Do not pick the cheapest providers just outright. We did that because we were not trying to make a profit.
Right.
We've never been aiming to make a profit. In fact, we've lost money on the Haunt Weekly store. And that's okay. We're not upset about that. We're still doing the fucking podcast. I mean, we can't be that mad.
Yeah, well, I mean, everything we do haunt-related is a labor of love.
We have not made a profit haunting ever or podcasting ever, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Not everything has to be a profit maker.
No.
It can be an avocation. But yeah, one of the things we learned was we went with a cheap provider for the t-shirts, and the t-shirts came back and they were printed nice, but we noticed very quickly that they were falling apart.
Yeah,
getting
couple
holes,
of washes.
They were getting holes in them. And so we've changed providers now.
Yeah.
We've changed providers. We got someone a little bit better, a little bit more robust.
Basically, before the store went live, we had changed providers. So
yeah, I don't think any of y'all bought on that provider.
No.
So it didn't take us long to figure out that this shirt was like tissue paper thin.
No.
Like tissue paper might be fucking ambitious to get.
Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, basically, don't go with a cheap provider. I encourage you to order samples for everything.
Mm-hmm.
So
you do get a discount for your samples.
Yes, you do. A very good discount. Basically, your margin is at plus a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
It's a really, really neat system. But honestly, this makes it very, very hands-off.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to worry about anything with supply. And I think this is ideal for haunts that maybe want to dip their toe in having a year-round store.
Mm-hmm.
But don't want the headache of carrying supply and sending stuff themselves.
Right, or having to store it for inventory and mail it out and all of that stuff, because that gets to be, a hassle. It really does. But the other good thing about Teespring is that they let you set your price point. Your margins are set by you, not by them.
And technically, I have to remind the court that the domain is teespring.com. They are now Spring.
Okay.
They've rebranded. They're Spring.
Yeah.
Though it's still Teespring. I don't know what the fuck that's about. But it's teespring.com. Teespring.com.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever the fuck. I don't know. But yeah, they're a really neat service. Recommend them. Love them. And if you know anything about WordPress and WooCommerce, the integration is a snap. Honestly, really cool stuff. Okay, next up is one. Honestly, I would recommend this to all small businesses. But specifically, we recommend it to haunters because if your haunt is a business, you need this. Mile IQ, that's MILEIQ.com. Basically, what this does is it calculates the miles you drive for your business and gets you some really wicked tax deductions.
Mm-hmm.
And take it from me, a lot of people miss out on these.
Yeah.
This is an easy one to either overlook because you don't think it's important, or to just not bother with, or to not keep track of. Trust me, this is incredible. The current rate, according to the IRS, is the current rate is.
Yes, exactly.
56 cents per mile. That means if you drove 1,000 miles for your business, which is not much. Remember, the average vehicle drives 12,000 miles per year.
Mm-hmm.
So if you just drove 1/12 of that, 1/12 of your miles for business.
Mm-hmm.
You have now gotten a $560 off that can't be taxed.
Yeah, if you're going to a conference to speak and you're driving, or if you're going to do the networking stuff, calculate that.
If you're driving to, the local hardware store to get supplies for your haunted attraction, if you're driving to and from the haunted attraction in many cases, that can be deducted. Any driving you do for business can be deducted pretty well. And they have a lot of information about when you can and can't do it. But yeah, 1,000 miles, a $560 deduction, that would be over $100 off on your taxes. Easy. Mm-hmm. And the price of this is only $60 per year or $6 per month. So yeah, it can pay for itself silly easily. Mm-hmm. And it's a very, very simple idea. And I mean, okay, I know for us, our mileage that we put down for business went way down in the pandemic.
Yeah.
No conferences, no travel. We basically zeroed everything out because there wasn't anything.
Right.
But my God, if you do driving for your business, you need this or need something like this at the very least. Mm-hmm. And that way you can get that deduction because I am an avid believer in paying all of your taxes. Mm-hmm. I am also an avid believer in taking every break you can legally get.
Yeah, exactly.
Those two things are not mutually exclusive.
No.
They are very much included. So yeah, $60 per year or $6 per month for the real plan. On it, they have a free trial, but honestly, why? At this rate, you will definitely pay for it if you do any significant amount of driving for your haunted attraction.
Okay.
Oh God.
This is one that I look at every once in a while.
Yeah.
Just because I love it. Govdeals.com. GOVDEALS.com. This is a government auction site where you can find anything, anywhere.
Yeah.
You put in your location and it pulls up things in your area.
That your locals includes both city, state, county, federal, whatever.
Yeah. And you put in the notes, this is a dangerous fucking site. Yes, it is, because I want to buy all the things.
This is really dangerous.
You need an ambulance? You can buy an ambulance.
Yeah, easy. They got lumber.
Uh-huh.
If you want some cheap lumber. They got AV equipment in spades. They had hundreds of AV equipment auctions on there. So basically, you look for local auctions in your area. The main requirement of Gov Deals is you have to pick up. They do not ship. This is up to you to get your ass in a vehicle of appropriate size and go
track
get
those miles.
And track those miles ideally using Mile IQ. And go get these things. But if you can haul shit, you can get some incredibly insane deals here. I mean, I found an ambulance where the current leading bid is $10K. A fucking ambulance. $10,000.
Yeah.
If you're if you're not salivating at that, are you even a haunter?
And a gurney. A fully working gurney for $300.
Which, oh my God, this site, every time I get on it, I'm just blown away by the variety of stuff here, and a lot of it is wackadoodle as shit. Because you have to remember, this isn't just, things that government buys. It's things that governments inherit a lot of times, because they inherit lost property. They inherit these things.
Right, and they also take possession of things.
Yeah, and they take repossession thing for tax sales, tax liens and all that. And so, yeah, you can get some incredibly bizarre stuff. And literally, if on govdeals.com, it looks a lot like Craigslist. Don't expect a pretty...
No. It's not pretty
sexy
at all.
site.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fucking links.
Yeah.
It's like Craigslist on an ugly day. And basically, you can go through it and you can find an incredibly wide variety of stuff. And my advice personally is set a radius around you. You can do that. And so that way you know it's a reasonable drive and you can go pick up these things. But oh my God, there's so much here. And every time I get on it, I am in so much danger of draining the savings account.
Yeah. Like, you can... And this is like bulk kind of things. You can get a whole row of school lockers for $100.
If you live in anywhere near Rancho Cordova, California.
Yeah.
Get on that.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it's 50 in Kensaw, Georgia.
Well, Lexington, Kentucky's got 15 lockers for 27.
Yeah.
This is the problem.
Yeah.
This is what happens when you go on govdeals.com.
Yeah.
You know what? I don't recommend it. Never go there. It is terrible. You will spend all your monies. Please don't go to govdeals.com, whatever you do. It is horrifying.
It is definitely a rabbit hole that I've gone down plenty of times.
It's just, and it's one of those things, I don't think we've ever actually bought anything there, because there's not many from New Orleans, it seems. It seems like they have kind of a gap there.
Yeah, there's some in Baton Rouge.
Yeah, you can get some in Baton Rouge, and Baton Rouge is close enough for a really good deal, but you don't get much in New Orleans. Nothing I've seen, at least, but my God, do I always go down the rabbit hole of what you can buy. You can buy, like I said, medical equipment. If you want medical stuff for your haunt, for your first responders, they got that. It's absolutely batshit insane what they have there.
Yes.
I'm sorry, I get flustered talking about this site, man. It fucks with me.
Yeah, you want an aircraft? You can buy an aircraft. There are 5 on Gov Deals right now.
Jesus Christ. You want a parking meter? You got one of them too. I don't know why you'd want a parking meter. You want a parking
44 fire trucks.
You want a permanent building? Jesus Christ. Yeah, this site is insane. Yeah, you really don't know what you'll find on here. It is absolutely batshit insane. Playground equipment?
Playground and amusement park.
Oh, good God.
Okay, you need to go to the next one because I'm going to take a look here.
Okay, I'm going to move on because otherwise I'm going to get hung up on this forever. And we are running a little bit low on time. But next up is Eventbrite, which is at eventbrite.com. And basically, this is a site about a site for selling tickets, basically. honestly, the cool thing about Eventbrite is they offer even their most advanced features to free for people giving away free tickets. So if you have a home haunt,
Or a charity
haunt, or something that does free ticketing,
Mm-hmm.
this can be a great site. However, they got great rates for paid ticketing too. It's 2% plus 79 cents per sale for the basic plan, or 3.5 plus $1.59 for the professional plan.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, looking at the plans, I think most haunts can get by on the basic.
Mm-hmm.
It has really, really tight integration with Facebook, multiple options for getting your money out of it.
Right.
You can either get a check mailed to you or you can get direct deposit. For some people and for some businesses, that's a very big deal.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, it includes ticket scanning via app and all the tools you would expect. It's just something to consider. I know there's a lot of great haunt ticketing options out there right now,
Mm-hmm.
but if you haven't checked out Eventbrite, please do, because it is something that I guarantee you most of your customers have already used.
Yeah, and I went through a training for this for work, and it was super easy to get started. To brand it, the pages for your business.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely check it out.
Eventbrite, BRITE.com.
Okay, next up, we've got Mailer Lite, MailerLite.com.
Like Eventbrite,
Yeah.
Mailer Lite. We're doing a rhyme thing
Yeah,
here.
we should have switched these two around, because I've used Eventbrite and you've used Mailer
Yeah,
Lite.
we should have, but
so
we didn't know the
let
order.
you talk about this.
Well, long story short, last time, too late, we mentioned MailChimp, which is a great service for email newsletters and contact. I will admit, though, it can be pricey. If you're looking for a lower cost email solution, Mailer Lite may be a good choice for you. I use it for my day job. It handles my email newsletter for my site. I love the RSS integration, which is what I do, even though it's super useful for haunts. It can be used for any type of email newsletter. And the thing is this, it's technically free for up to 1,000 subscribers, as long as you don't send more than, I think, 10,000 emails per month. But
yeah, you shouldn't be sending that many emails per month.
I do.
Oh, okay. Because each subscriber counts as one.
Yeah, so if you send 10 newsletters in a month and you got 1,000.
Okay, then yeah, you want more than 10,000 customers.
Probably. So yeah, but they start at $10 per month for unlimited emails for 1,000 subscribers. So you can email every day during haunt season if you want. I cannot recommend the service enough. I've always had good support from them. They've always had a great service. I love MailerLite. They've been great to me. And honestly, if you're looking for something to send email newsletters, it's a little more low cost than MailChimp.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Yep. Okay. We're winding down here. Next is Google Workspace. Both of us use this heavily.
Oh, this is my life right now.
Yeah. And we didn't mention this last time because we thought everybody knew about it.
But we were wrong.
And no kidding.
We might have gotten a few emails about this.
Yeah, well, not only that, but I have people who have started in departments that I work with that have never used it. They've never had a Gmail account at all.
Just keep going, Crystal. Don't bog us down with that with your idiot coworkers.
Yeah, because we do both use it in our day jobs.
Yeah.
And it combines email with Google Apps, with cloud storage. You can put things directly into your calendars. It's great for your core staff.
Yeah. If you have a group of people you need to tightly integrate with, this is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
You have shared calendars, a shared email client.
Mm-hmm. Shared docs of all sorts.
Cloud storage.
Mm-hmm.
And the cloud storage is amazingly powerful. I personally do recommend the second tier of accounts. I believe it's $12 per month per user as opposed to a $6 one, because that gives you the 2 terabytes per month of cloud storage. And that is great because that cloud storage, things stored in that cloud can be shared among the others. Mm-hmm. So if you need to share images or layouts or documents or whatever, you can get a collaborative effort on it super easy. And that's really what Workspace is about, is the ability to collaborate with the other people on your team. It's an amazing tool. I use it. Like I said, we use it. We each have a plagiarismtoday.com account. You also use it for your main day job at the university. It's incredibly useful. It's simple. And hopefully most people are already familiar with the Gmail interface. Apparently not, though.
Yeah.
It's what I've learned from Crystal. I don't know. I mean, yeah, it's $12 per month per user. It's not the cheapest, but my God, has that really, really helped me in terms of trying just to get everything consolidated.
Yeah.
All right, and the final one is Capterra.
Mm-hmm.
It's CAPTERRA.com. Here's the thing. I know you're sitting here listening going, hey, I appreciate those 12 previous mentions, and I learned something, and I'm definitely going to check out a couple of those, but you didn't talk about blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
And you're right. I didn't talk about blah, 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 because I don't know what your exact needs are. But Capterra probably does.
Yeah.
So
whenever we were looking and searching for things today, this site came up a lot.
Yeah, I had only discovered this site literally today, but it's something I got lost in super duper quick. Mm-hmm. Because basically what it is a list of apps, web apps and phone apps, by the way, and apps in like a very broad sense of the word.
Yeah.
For businesses. Do you need a CRM for tracking your customers? They got you. Do you need something for tracking, the time your employees are in, time tracking for your employees? Mm-hmm. They got it. They got literally every type of app that you might need for your business. They have a list they've tested. They got reviews. Mm-hmm. They're completely independent. I mean, seriously, they have hundreds of types of software. Anything your little brain can cook up, they've got.
Yep, they've probably sent people out to do reviews.
It is an amazing place to start. And so, look, if one of these 12 previous apps isn't scratching that itch you've got, it isn't giving you that love that you need right now, that's not what I need. I need an app for word processing, or I don't know what the fuck you need, but whatever the fuck you need, they got it. That's what I'm trying to say. Figure the fuck out, all right? It's Capterra.com. They have it. I can pretty much guarantee you, because like I said, they have hundreds of lists, not hundreds of apps, hundreds of lists of apps, each reviewed, ranked, and handled and parsed by their experts and people in the know. It's an absolutely amazing site. We found it incredibly useful. Even though the other 12, it's all stuff we were at least somewhat familiar with, it was nice to have a reality check and have someone else say, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Or have us say, no, fuck you, you're an idiot. They always said we were relatively right. But anyways, Capterra.com, a great place to find an app for whatever specific crazy need you have. Whatever you've come up with, they've got it. Honestly, I think that's a pretty good list.
Yeah.
And I've got to say, I'm kind of looking forward to getting off of here and playing with Khan Calculator some more. That shit is fun.
Yeah. Well, and in like 5 more years, we'll see if this list holds up as well as the first.
I have a feeling it will. Just because we tend not to pick bad things.
Yeah.
Like, okay, think about it this way. We did 13 5 years ago, almost 5 years ago in the nose. Mm-hmm. And only one isn't there anymore.
Yeah.
How crazy is that on the internet where, like, nothing lasts longer than a couple of years?
Yeah.
Now, we picked 13 things, 12 of which lasted half a decade. That is nuts.
Yeah, nothing lasts that long. Here we sit in the corner with our long lasting.
Yeah, our podcast, which has been going 6 years. My website, which has been going on for, 17 years.
Since 2005.
Yeah, this will be 17 years in a few months. So maybe I should just shut my dick liquor and keep moving. But on that note, everyone, thank you very much for joining us this past hour. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you learned something. I hope maybe at least one of these apps tickled your fancy and got you pulling up the old web browser to find out what it's all about. Mm-hmm. If that's so, please do take a minute, give us a like, subscribe, and all that good stuff. You can find us at HauntWeekly.com, Haunt Weekly on Twitter, Haunt Weekly on Facebook, and YouTube.com/HauntWeekly is YouTube channel. Do subscribe there. You can leave us comments at all those places. We do get emails and we do see them all. We also post the question of the week every week for a separate thread on facebook.com/hauntweekly. Get involved in the conversation. I'm going to be excited to see what you all have to say this week. But until next time, I'm Jonathan.
I'm Crystal.
This was episode 331 of Haunt Weekly. Next week is 332. That is divisible by 4. That means it's time to do the news. We will see you all then.